I know the first match was the ladder match, so I guess we can start with that. Oh my god, it was not. It could have ended bad.
None of it mattered.
Yeah,
nothing that happened in this match fucking mattered at all.
Yeah,
one bit of it.
It could have been a disaster, and it was not good. What they did at the end of this thing. Whatever the fuck happened in this ladder match, there were a couple of cool things that happened. A lot of nonsense happened in this thing. And we have a lot of admin shit to talk about with this thing. They start off, and I'm instantly reminded of the fact that they don't start off like normal ladder matches with everyone in it. And we're reminded of the fact that they give away the fact that it's dumb, because they've never established that either it cannot be won until everyone's out, because that can't work because people were already trying to grab the chip. So we already know that no one's going to win until everyone's out. So we don't buy into any of the spots where people try to run for the chip until everyone's out, because there's no way Andrade or fucking Claudio or all these people are not going to get their fucking time to come out and do all this shit, because this was the show where everyone complained about not getting time on the card, and so everyone had to get time on the card. So,
and for me, it wasn't even a matter of all those people need to make their end. It was the fact, like, if this were, it was what, 7 total people?
Oh my god, there were so many fucking people. One, two,
an exorbitant amount.
8, including the Joker.
Okay, so if it would have been 8 regular people, 6 regular people, they still could have done something with this. As Akuma said, from a guy from Chikara, he said it only takes once. You know, you lose during you finish a match during commercial one time. Now there's the possibility that you can finish them. Well, there was never that possibility here because there was a Joker. That Joker was not going to be wasted. We know the Joker always comes out last. I think, like, I am sincerely over the AEW casino concept.
Yeah.
And when we were reminded of, like, oh shit, it's like they're doing entrance for the ladder match. Like, if they had it so we knew all the participants, and then I think you, myself, Roman, and Tyler had talked about, well, what would be the strategy there? You could do weeks leading up to, well, do you want to be the first out? Because then you have a better chance, a longer time of winning. But then you run the risk of getting absolutely battered. And the longer it goes, the less chance you have. And the later you come out, the more fresh you are. Is the sweet spot right around 4? So like that could be more intriguing, but
they were just randomly slotted into the fucking match. And
in order to do that, you would have to have a match finish before like number 5 comes out or something at some point. But I do not want to watch enough of these matches for that to happen. I want this to be the last.
Yeah. I mean, they only started doing this casino fucking theme because the first Double or Nothing happened in Vegas.
Right.
It was themed around that to make it seem cool, and they just never let it go.
I'll say, then feel free to make this a Double or Nothing specific gimmick style thing. Like,
I got a less milk looking jug so that it didn't. And it's very purple this time.
Oh my god, I forgot all about that. I can't believe it. Just the way the light hit it is so cloudy. Like, oh god, it's gross. Oh god, I can't believe, like, that's what we're more interested in talking about right now. So I'm sorry, keep going with the match.
Yeah.
Some people came out and did some stuff. What happened, man?
There were some convoluted spots. At one point, there was a ladder bridge that made no sense, and at one point set up a Claudio power spot that almost killed someone. And
not like killed someone as in like, holy shit, what a spot, as in what the fuck is happening here? What is this supposed to be?
Yeah,
the ladders aren't cooperating. Gravity is not cooperating.
Yeah,
what are we doing?
A ladder almost buckled and collapsed and almost like came down on Claudia's head.
With the other dude on top, which was scary.
Yeah, that would have killed multiple people. There was a spot you really didn't like, which was the Canadian Destroyer on the ramp, which did literally nothing to Dante Martin because a couple minutes later he was up and jumping up on the fucking thing and diving everywhere.
And that's why I didn't like the spot. Like, I thought the actual spot was great. Those two run edge, oh my god, it was so clean. It was awesome. If it would have taken Dante Martin out of the rest of the match, which he was not needed for anyway.
Yeah.
If he would have got his shit in before that spot, I would have loved that spot. Like, for instance, later, I do love a Canadian Destroyer spot, which is him giving it to Andrade on
a ladder.
On the abridged ladder. But what I liked about it was they happened to be in that spot, in that position. He didn't set it up for that. Someone had set up the ladder previously into a ladder bridge. But again, why are we setting up a ladder bridge? I don't know.
Yeah. You were literally asked that at one point, and all I kept telling you was, because it would look cool, Mikey, or to hurt someone. Like, it's like, for the spot, Mikey.
I know a lot of right? It's storytelling via spot work. I know a lot of people do love these spectacles and train wrecks that can be ladder matches and stuff like that. But I'm not one of those guys. Like, I really enjoy the storytelling of a ladder match.
I just remembered one of those fucking moments. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. You're good.
There was one of the moments. It was Andrade and Rush. It was right when one of those two came out. I don't remember who came out. I think
Rush came out first and then Andrade, right?
So Andrade came out. Whoever came out second, they came out. No one was in the ring. They were all outside and they were dead. They were not doing anything. No one was like perched up. They were all fucking dead. And so they were both at the ladder. They did a thing. They did like a fist bump. And they set up the ladder bridge that Cesaro, Jesus, Claudio would later fucking chuck. But they took that time to set up the ladder bridge.
And not just one, multiple.
They set up multiple, then went out, beat someone up, then came back in, and then tried to climb the ladder. In that time, they could have just climbed this shit and won.
Right.
It took like 5 minutes to do that shit, and no one tried to stop them.
And I would be so annoyed if I was Andrade. Like, Rush is working for Andrade. Like, yes, they're tag team partners, but the storyline being that Andrade brought in his guys to protect him, to get him to the title. And so after they do this long ass drawn out, set up the bridges and then go up, Andrade starts climbing, and Rush initially was like looking around to make sure there was nobody going to come. It's like, oh, why didn't they just do this 5 minutes earlier? And then Rush started to climb on the other side, but not in an attempt to thwart Andrade. He just climbed for no fucking reason. No idea.
Yeah, and just stayed down there to protect him.
Because there was a spot coming up.
Yeah.
That's why.
He just did it because the spot was about to happen.
Yeah.
It made no fucking sense. It's like, at no point does anyone hear a spot and think, well, why would I do that?
Right.
Well, the spot's about to happen. It's going to lead to this. Well, why wouldn't I? Because if we're trying to fight, wouldn't I? Well, it's going to lead to this cool thing. Well, no, because I'm trying to not get hit by you. So what? Right. Well, no, because it's going to look cool. Well, a lot of shit looked cool already. I'm trying to fight you.
Seriously. Last year at All Out, there was a match going in that kind of had the same vibes from a lot of people as this one, and that being the cage match with the Young Bucks and Penta and Phoenix. And because it's both matches where people can put on absolute spectacles. And yeah, the people in the ladder match put on a spectacle. I don't even think it was that great. There was some fun stuff. But that match, that tag team title match, had story and heat going into it, and everything was logically thought out within the match. So the structure of the match, like, played a role into the overall psychology of the feud. This was just a thrown together nonsensical thing to get the Joker over.
Yep. And now we're at the end of the match when right before the Joker's about to be announced, the count hasn't even started. We get Retribution coming out.
I thought
the original version. Yeah, the original version before they have the dollar store Bane masks. It's just a bunch of goons coming out and beating people up. And they got the masks and the hoodies, and they're destroying everybody. All the people that we actually like and have been putting on a show, they're all fucked. And one of them climbs a ladder and takes the chip down. And he reveals himself to be Stokely Hathaway. What the fuck? Why? And then the count starts. And then a song I didn't recognize because I'm pop culture ignorant, unfortunately. I'm trying to get better about it, but you recognized it as...
Oh, yeah, immediately. Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, and that would come in later. It would play in later for the reveal. But
I knew whoever it was had to be a big deal because you do not pay for the rights to a Rolling Stones song.
Yeah.
Or Enzo Amore.
Yeah, we spent a lot of the time when we were watching matches we didn't give a shit about being like, well, who could it be? Who could it be? And one of them was like, oh, wouldn't it suck if it was fucking Enzo? Because when Stokely revealed when Stokely revealed himself, everyone, all the goons revealed it was all the people that Stokely had been giving his card to, like W. Morrissey and the Ass Boys and whoever the fuck else. I literally don't remember anyone else, but there was a couple other people. And so the Joker comes out after the fucking the count does. The song plays, Sympathy for the Devil, and it comes out in a devil mask and some fucking dollar store hoodie. They come out swaggering. They get in the ring. They tease a fucking thing. And then they're like, nah. And they fucking leave. And everyone hates it because it sucks. Yeah. And then they go right in. And that's the end of the match. And no one got a point. No one got shit for that. No one got a point for that one.
Because we did not have masked unnamed Joker winning.
Yeah. Everyone predicted an ending.
You might be thinking, guys, why would you even think it was Cass? Oh, it was to protect ourselves? Or no, excuse me, Enzo. Why were you thinking it was Enzo? And it was to protect ourselves, right? Because if we came up and believed a shitty scenario, then maybe what they actually revealed won't be as bad as our Enzo scenario.
Yeah.
So
we didn't want it to be Enzo. Hell no. No.
We did not want it to be Enzo, but we were like, okay. So then we did start to think about, like, because I didn't enjoy the ladder match to begin with against Stokely Hathaway coming out with all of his guys. Like, that's whatever. I didn't enjoy the finish. I didn't understand the use of Sympathy for the Devil. I didn't understand why you wouldn't unmask. I didn't quite understand anything that was happening. And so in the moment, I just did not like it whatsoever. But obviously, like, things develop if you watch what I imagine anybody who's watching this already knows what happens, but things do develop. But in the moment, it was such a, man, this, no one, like, it was one or two things needed to happen. They needed to put this match first so that we forgot it by the end of the night and a reveal could happen, or two, they put it on in the beginning. That way so much good stuff happens over the course of the night. We forget about it. And then it's a Dynamite storyline.
Yeah.
But
we were really hoping it would like be revealed at some point.
But
in the
none
show.
of us were even entirely sure how the chip structure works.
Yeah.
Like if it needed to be a sign, like both parties sit down, contract, date. Because our thought was, well, we know it's not a cash-in type of thing. Like, so you can't, like, in mid-match just cash it in. Like,
well, we weren't sure that it was that either. It could have been.
That's true. That's true.
Don't know.
We just assumed it was, and we didn't think it was because it was never alluded to, but it totally could have been.
Yeah.
So I thought, I was like, okay, well, if they were to, because it's for a match sometime in the future, if they were to present that chip before the main event, because then the main would be in the future and it wouldn't be happening. Could they make themselves a part of the match? We didn't know. We had no goddamn clue. So we were just like, okay, just don't be Enzo.
Yeah. Just if you're going to do some random shit, at least don't make us wait for some weird, confusing disappointment, whatever. Just rip the Band-Aid off because this is confusing.
Exactly what I was going to say.
And it left a stench over the show that fortunately Febrezed away at the end.
Well, not even that. I think there are some matches coming up that made you forget that ladder match even existed.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited to get to those.